is there in ways big and small. There when we most and least expect it. We may not see it, but we feel it. It lets us know we're not in this alone. Everyone deserves a healthcare partner who never quits. One who's there for what matters. United Healthcare. There for what matters.
It's time to knock some things off your bucket list. First up, travel the world. If you've always wanted to visit Hong Kong or vacation in the Swiss Alps and wondered what it was like, well, Jeanette, Yvette, and Tina got the scoop for you. These Jet Setting Divas are always at some fun and exotic place experiencing the best of what life has to offer. And each week, they'll tell you all about it. These ladies are always high-flying loads of fun.
Hi, I'm Jeanette.
And I'm Yvette.
And I'm Tina, and we are the Jet Setting Divas. Hey, ladies, what's going on in the world of travel?
It's a new year, new travel.
Happy New Year. Oh, my gosh. Can you believe 2023 is gone? It's
gone. It's gone. It's over. And we had a lot of adventures, and we are looking forward to 2024 and to show you all some new adventures.
Yes. But I'm gonna tell you, it didn't go off like a hitch, like we hoped, because they had a whole lot of stuff going on in the world. People were traveling, and that was one thing I did see. People did not stay home for New Year's. I saw people in Dubai. I saw people in every place, Hawaii, all kinds of beautiful places to travel for the new year, coming into the new year. But then there was also, quite a few like incidents, like in Japan, 7.5 on the Richter scale earthquake. Yeah, that was so traumatic. If you are traveling there or plan to go there.
Do you all have any suggestions for listeners for those kind of situations? Like how would you handle a situation where you were, one thing that I know we were overseas and you were in a situation where there was an earthquake or there was just tsunami or anything. I know one thing that we always do, we register with the U.S. consulate wherever we go. But what other advice would you have for people?
That was kind of one of those. It's kind of like California. It when it happens, it just happens. It's so
right.
I guess the thing about it is, I would say be weary about what hotel you're staying in. If it's an older building, what type of structure it is, because sometimes you think about it, you want to go to Paris and Rome and all these different places, and then you want to stay in that the heart of the land. Those buildings are 200-300 years old. If they could stand earthquakes for 200-300 years, yeah, that's probably a good place. Now those new buildings, you might have to wonder if they gonna stand the test of time.
Yeah, I would say also make sure your family and friends know exactly where you are. Don't just go and travel somewhere. They don't know what hotel you're in, resort. They don't even know what flight you took or what time your flight is. Make sure people know when your flight is leaving, when you're coming back, and what resorts or hotels or Airbnbs or whatever it is that you're staying in. People need to know where you are.
Yep. You know what else I was thinking? I had been thinking, because this always is on my mind. Air tags. We keep talking about air tags, but you know what? I think a lot of people will be, identified, because if you have your air tag in your luggage, in your bag, people can, but you also have to have somebody access, or even just turning on your Find My Phone. I think me and my children, we do that, where we know each other's location. Those are just other things that in case something happens, people can kind of pinpoint where you are. And maybe those type of locators, they are good things. Sometimes we don't feel like we want to be found, but sometimes those are some good things to have.
I like the air tag. They gave me one for my birthday, and I used it for Mexico. And when my bag got a little ways away from me, my phone was telling me your bag is here or it's there or whatever. So
so it gives you a notification and say your bag is too far away.
My bag wasn't with me. That's what it was telling me.
Yeah, and Shaletta gave me one as well. So I have one with that's on my luggage, and it comes two pieces. It comes like something you can put on your keys, something you can put on your luggage. And those are, it's not
Yeah.
Apple, but it was a luggage
Mhm.
tracking device, which I thought was
Mhm.
it was
They
very
do
helpful.
have them. You could put them on you could put them not only on your lug, on your purse, just somewhere, or even on you, Joe, where people know where
Yeah,
you're
and
at.
I was just saying, even when you like after you have got retrieved your luggage, take that air tag and throw in
Mhm.
your little nap bag or your little,
Yeah.
your whatever your
Purse.
purse you're carrying around town, because that's a good idea. Because if
Mhm.
something happens, and someone has access, they could be like, well, especially if you go get kidnapped or something,
And put it on your pet.
put it on your pet.
If you
Poor
lose your
kid.
dog.
Poor kid. Did you all see that story where that kid was put on his mother put him on a flight to go somewhere like southern Florida,
Uh-huh.
and
Hmm.
and he didn't make it to southern Florida or Spirit or
He
Southwest.
went somewhere else.
He went to Orlando, and the
Yeah.
grandmother drove to Orlando to pick it. They were looking for him, and now they really won't let you go back to escort your child on the airplane. They said
Really? Was he an unaccompanied minor? Did he have an escort?
he had an escort from the airlines. Not they. I guess his parents couldn't escort him, so the airline said we'll
Okay.
take him.
So did they put
I
him on the
remember.
wrong plane?
He did get on the
Yeah.
wrong plane. He was supposed to be
Yeah.
going to Naples, Florida, Southern Florida, but he ended up in Orlando. And so his
What?
Oh
grandmother drove
wow.
from there to Orlando to pick him up.
So I haven't looked at this. So Jeanette, because I used to my kids used to fly
Mhm.
alone, and I used to escort them all the way to the gate.
Mm.
So
Well,
you can't escort your
no,
kid
I don't think
anymore?
so because even when my son started getting a little older, I couldn't escort. When he was about 10,
Really?
11, no, I couldn't. I mean, after at a certain point, I remember I couldn't escort him.
I
Oh
remember when my
wow.
kids got like 16, they didn't want me to escort. But I don't think I couldn't if I wanted to though.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure
I
what the
don't
They
remember.
usually
policy
just
is.
print you out a
I've
ticket, and then,
always I don't even know. I've
yeah.
I
always
know when my
escorted
son,
my
but
kids to the
at the
gate.
same time, our kids became teenagers was around the time with after 9/11, and it was just
Mhm.
there was a lot more security. So maybe that's why. But I do know I wasn't able to escort my son at
Okay.
one point. He was
Wow,
probably
yeah,
12 or
I guess
13.
they did change that. And that
Yeah,
is very, I wouldn't be comfortable with that. But I guess
Mm-mm.
they're not trying to make it convenient for parents. If you're gonna send your child on a plane, at a certain age, then you know what? Oh well, you're gonna stay over there behind the gate,
yeah.
security, and the kid has to go. But now you got to pay for this, and and that is just craziness. So
Yeah, that is.
it almost makes sense to just buy you a cheap Spirit flight. If your kids are flying somewhere, just go buy you a little cheap Spirit flight,
And you're not going, but
and
just
you don't
so
go.
you
Don't get on the
so
ticket on the
so
flight.
so you can just get in.
Yeah,
Just
because
just
I'm
so you
sure
can get
she
past
would have rather.
security.
I'm sure that lady would have rather do that than her child be lost, and then they were looking. The grandmother's there at the airport looking for him, and he's not there. And then they start calling, and they finally found out where he was at.
Oh my God, that is crazy. That's well, yeah. I'm glad
Okay.
it was found. I'm
All
glad it
right.
was found.
So you can put an air tag on your kid
Yeah, not
Please.
just
to
your
make
dog.
sure. Yeah,
Yes, you put an
to
air
make
tag on your
sure.
kids, because I tell you, this world is just a crazy, crazy place. I actually, funny thing, I met a couple. They were in an airport, in like a really nice airport. They bought a really cheap ticket, like a Spirit ticket, because there's like some really great restaurants in the airport. So they
Wow.
bought a ticket just to go to the restaurant. So
What
Because those particular restaurants were behind the gate.
they were behind the
Were
gate.
what airport was this?
I think I was either in Philly, or and I definitely was in Philly, and maybe like a LA or something like that. I don't
Okay.
know, an LA or some New York
mm,
airport, because they have like all of this stuff going on,
Yeah.
like exhibits. They got museums and stuff inside of there, and rock and roll museums. But I thought that was interesting, because it was this
Yeah.
couple sitting there, and you know how people ask, "Where are you flying to?" And they were like, "Oh, we just came here for dinner. We just bought a really
Wow.
inexpensive ticket. We found a cheap ticket, and we just, came in for the dinner, and then they
Wow.
leaving."
Mm.
yeah. But you know what? I saw when we were going to Colorado, when we were going to the ski resort
Uh-huh.
last year, there were some people on our plane said the tickets were really, really cheap. So we're just flying out for the day. Like they were flying that morning. They was gonna spend the day in Colorado and then just coming back and just flying back that night. They were just going for the day and
Yeah.
just coming on
Yeah.
back.
But
Well,
that's,
Tina,
you know
you
what,
do
that's
that all the
smart.
time. You do. Tina does that all the time.
Yeah,
You
I do it to go to Vegas
Yeah.
now. I wake up in the
Yeah.
morning, get a ticket for Vegas, real cheap, and come back that night. You know, it ain't no, didn't have to pay for a hotel. And if you think about it, you ain't got to pay for a hotel, rental car, maybe an
Right.
Uber here or whatever. And you know, it's so much cost effective
It
if you're
is.
going someplace like just for a sighting or an event. You know, depending on how long. Like we so close to certain cities, we can just fly in and out. You know, it's just like
Right.
a car ride there.
I think that's a good way too to save money, and it's also a good way for new travelers to get into traveling. If they're kind of a little reluctant about planning everything, plan a little day trip somewhere, and then do that day trip, and then after that, plan something longer.
Yeah.
It's a good way to just go and experience other areas
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Because I even
You
seen that
know,
when they have like those really inexpensive tickets on certain airlines, like $29 to fly to
yeah.
Oklahoma City or some split off
Yeah.
brand place, or sometime when they have new locations that they add, they have like really inexpensive tickets, like to go to, you know, Timbuktu, Colorado, something like that.
Right.
And they'll just buy the ticket for the day and just do a round trip, or even possibly just do a, you know, one day and be back later that evening, take the first flight in and the last flight out. And you know, hey,
Yeah.
you get to see a new city. It's just like a long
And
layover.
I would say, you know, research the popular area where you can just Uber to that area where you can just
Mhm.
walk and
Yeah.
sightsee. You know, you can go to different places. So, because you're not going to have transportation. So,
Yeah.
somewhere where you can just walk, maybe get on a trolley, maybe get on a
Mhm.
bus, or
Yeah.
maybe, you know, where there's a lot of restaurants, museums, stuff like that, where you can do
Yeah.
things
Yeah,
and you don't
and,
have
you
to
know,
spend any more
and that may
money.
be a great idea for people who want to go and do some historic things for like MLK Day is coming up.
Mhm.
They have a lot
Yep.
of places, like if you want to go to Cincinnati or you want to go to Detroit, they got a lot of just historical places that you can just fly into, pending weather and things like that, in those kind of conditions. But you can just fly in, or maybe you want to go to, Colorado always has this big parade. It's a March parade. Again, they call it a parade, and it's like the biggest in the country.
Mhm.
It's like
Mhm.
one of the biggest parade display for Martin Luther King weekend that they have, and people come from all over, and you can just
Okay.
fly in there for the day. They walk, they do this historic walk. They got this big statue, not as big as the one that's in DC, but they have a huge statue at their city park, and they have concerts and vendors and stuff like that. It's usually pretty cool. I really enjoy it. It was like something I did every MLK day that I lived there. So that's something that people just wanted to go somewhere for the day. It's a long weekend, and
Mhm.
it's coming up pretty soon. Or maybe some other historic place. They got a whole lot of places along the Underground Railroad trek.
Are
So
you all
check
seeing
out,
any travel deals though now? It's with the new year
yeah.
coming in. Any
Well,
travel deals?
I did see an email today with Southwest for $59 one way.
Okay. Okay.
And
Yeah,
Frontier always have the $29.
yeah, yeah.
And
You can
Okay.
always
you
go
know
to
what?
Colorado pretty cheap.
We just base it off. I mean, just go on there and look. And if it's
Yeah.
like $29, two, three different places, pick a place that you want to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It don't have to be somewhere that you need to go.
yeah,
It may be just like, okay, just like we jumped up and just went to Arizona,
Arizona.
Scottsdale, because the
Yeah.
cheapest ticket was cheap, in
yeah,
other words.
Yeah.
yeah. And I say, and this is also good for people who say, I want to do a solo trip, or I want to
Mhm.
go somewhere
Yeah.
by
Hmm.
myself, and you don't really want to you know stay overnight, or maybe you just want to go see maybe you want to go see like Black Wall Street in Atlanta. They have this new Black Wall Street,
Mhm.
Black Market Street, and you just want to go there, or Tyler Perry Studios or something like that. If you want to go somewhere just for the day, there are a lot of you could things that you stated with those airlines. You just fly in and go by yourself. You don't need anybody.
And I
$40
saw also
round trip.
Frontier is running that special again. I don't know how much of a special it is, where if you can get that year pass with them, I think it's like $400. So I think the pass decreases throughout the year. So it may be better to just wait to get that. But I did see that they were running that for this year too, where you can get that. You fly anywhere throughout the year on this yearly pass for $4.99.
Yeah, but what are good things to do or good places to travel? Is it better to travel cruises? Because I see a lot of people going on cruises now.
Yeah.
This is like cruise season. This is
okay. So they have. We're in Dallas, Texas. So our closest port is going to be Galveston, which there's a brand new ship just arrived in Galveston, and it's the Jubilee, and it's huge.
Yeah,
it's huge, and so I want to experience that. I don't know if it's going to be 2024.
Yeah.
But I know I want to experience
it. And I bet they're running some specials for that too, try to get people on it.
Yeah.
They going.
Yeah. A lot of people, I see a lot of like, this is like cruise season. People are getting ready to go on
okay.
now, and like
they want to get out of the cold.
Yeah, they getting out. You don't want to be cruising nowhere in, Alaska. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But, if you want to go there, then I can see it. And then I see a lot of people who have been taking trains. That's another thing.
Okay.
I would like to experience that also.
I think that's kind of what I think I want to do next. I want to do, some point is get on an Amtrak train. I might, I'll be, bring my computer, can work. I want some place nice and comfy and just travel somewhere for a few days. Like go to Chicago and go to, Carolina, wherever they go, Colorado, whatever. Just do a little trekking, maybe for about 5-10 days if I can.
Hey, I'm looking forward to. They are supposed to be building this bullet train that will go from Dallas to Houston, vice versa, Houston to Dallas, and it's only supposed to be like 90 minutes.
Yeah.
I would love if they had that available today. I would love to just jump on that train in the morning and go to Houston, spend the day, and come back.
Yeah, because I'll tell you, I just I drove to Houston, to go to a football game over the weekend, and it's 3-4 hours. It's 3-4 hours to drive there, and of course you have your vehicle and you can go do whatever you want to do. But you know what? It would be great just to sit down and get somebody from there to come pick me up. I'm like, because I was like, I can't wait till the thing is ready. I can't wait.
That'll be nice when that's ready.
Yeah.
But I think we got so much ready for this upcoming year and all the places we can go. And I'm hoping that prices look good and our civil unrest becomes under control. And I know it's a political year, and I just want us to. I look forward to doing some real travel. I think I'm gonna take January off and not do as much travel.
Yeah.
And get myself really, really ready for the rest of the year.
I said that to myself today. I was like, I just need a break.
Yeah.
I don't need to go anywhere. Like, I just need to chill. Like, every once in a while, you got to take a little break.
Yeah. And save too. You got to save.
You're right. Stack up some money.
Because we want to do some big trips this year, and they are going to be costly.
Yeah.
So,
and lengthy. And they're going to be lengthy trips. So, you want to save up those days if you have vacation days.
Yeah.
And plan accordingly. Be ready. Have your days ready. Don't be working if you can't, if you don't need to.
Yeah.
Except me, of course. But this has been great. I'm looking forward to traveling with you ladies this year. And I hope, everybody have a happy new year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I'm Jeanette.
And I'm Yvette.
And I'm Tina. And we are the Jet Setting Divas.
Tune in next Thursday when the Jet Setting Divas will tell you about another fun destination spot that you'll want to visit. For more on their excursions, log on to ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
It's not just another day in your life. Things are changing for the better. At Comcast, we see those changes, and we're thinking about how we use technology today to live, work, learn, and play. And we're building for the future now, so we're better prepared for the wants and needs of tomorrow. That's why Comcast is rolling out multi-gig internet speeds to more than 50 million homes and businesses before the end of 2025, making our already industry-leading network even faster, smarter, greener, and more reliable. Over the decades, Comcast has been your partner, working hard to serve your community. and we'll continue to be your partner. We're expanding our gigabits so you can enjoy the tiny bits that matter most.
Unleash the power of smile for your team. Delta Dental of Minnesota offers coverage to fit your unique small business, leading to a better benefit package and a happier team. Visit deltadentalmn.org/small business.
COVID-19 is still an unwelcome guest in our community this holiday. Did you know you can have the virus and even pass it on without experiencing any symptoms? It's true. Before you make plans to attend a holiday gathering, make plans to take a COVID-19 test. It's especially important to know you're not infected before you celebrate with loved ones who are older or immunocompromised. Testing is easy. You use a nasal swab in your own home, and it's quick. You'll get your results in about 15 minutes. And right now, you can get free rapid tests delivered to your home. While supplies last, Minnesota households are eligible to order 8 free rapid at-home COVID-19 tests delivered to their home each month. Have peace of mind during the season of peace on Earth. Take precautions to protect the ones you love. Order your at-home COVID-19 test at sayyeshometest.org. Once again, that's sayyeshometest.org.
You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast-quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.